Let's talk some tight end recruiting right off the bat. I think the Irish are in an interesting spot in this recruiting cycle to add some tight end talent. What are you seeing right now in the 2026 class?
Yeah, for a while, Darren, Notre Dame did not really appear to be in a good spot with any 2026 tight ends. I feel like Mike Denbrock and the staff are like, all right, let's kind of push this to a side. They had offered a few guys, but it's like, all right, let's really deal with this after the season's over. And then Mike Denbrock hit the road and offered 4 new tight ends. And then kind of, I would say the Irish reemerged with another one. And these are all Midwest tight ends, big, like 6'4 plus, 220-pound plus, really intriguing prospects. I just want to run through these guys real quick. You had Ian Premer from Great Bend, Kansas. So maybe go to Great Bend to South Bend potentially. Number 47 overall player, number 4 tight end. Again, someone who Denbrock offered. So Notre Dame played the national championship game on the 20th. You wait a few days, catch your breath, and then the staff hit the road to recruit through the end of the month. So that's kind of what we're talking about with Denbrock hitting the road and seeing some of these guys. So we offered primary, also offered Max Sutter from Dunlap, Illinois, the nation's number 110 overall player, number 6 tight end, 6'5.5", 225 pounds. Primer, by the way, 6'5", 225 pounds. So this is going to be a 2 tight end class from what I am told. From sources at Blue and Gold. Sutter is one that Notre Dame fans have been really wanting to see offered, for a while. Evan Jacobson, following the trend here, 6'5.5", 230 pounds. He is from Iowa, nation's number 255 overall player, number 14 tight end. And then Isaac Jensen, 6'6", 220 pounds. Lower rank right now is the 3-star prospect, number 489 player, number 25 tight end. I am told that Jensen, I reported this in Blue and Gold on Wednesday, Jensen will be unofficially visiting Notre Dame April 1st. So that's the 4 new tight end offers: Premer, Sutter, Jacobson, Jensen, all very similar measurements, all like multi-sport athletes. And then the player who reemerged on Notre Dame's board was J.C. Anderson from Decatur, Illinois, Mount Zion. And he's the number 115 overall player, number 7 tight end, 6'6", 230 pounds. So, and Anderson, I believe, is a hooper as well at Mount
Very
Zion.
good.
So there you go. There's like your 5 tight ends. I don't know if you could, if you put them all in a lineup, could you identify who's who? They all look the same, and just talking about height, weight wise. So I know Notre Dame is really excited about this 2026 tight end board now. Anderson is locked in an official with Notre Dame, and I'm assuming the other 4 will as well. Like Notre Dame is I would say there's a decent chance that Notre Dame lands 2 of the 5 guys we just talked about.
I can confirm J.C. Anderson is a wonderful basketball player. Mount Zion finished 4th in the state during his junior campaign and are very good again this year. 2027 quarterback cycle. Where are we with quarterbacks in that particular class?
Yep, Notre Dame has not offered any of them yet. Excuse me.
Is that a surprise?
No, not at all. I mean, Pot of Gold Day is coming up in mid-March. Of course, the annual recruiting initiative where Notre Dame will offer several dozen prospects in the high school sophomore class. So much like Mike Denbrock seeing tight ends in the 26th class and kind of identifying who he wants to offer there, well, he offered the guys. Gino Guidugli did the same thing with 2027 quarterbacks, went all over the country, and he's going to offer a few guys I am anticipating on Pot of Gold Day. So one of them I do believe he will offer is Malachi Ziegler from Benton, Louisiana, the nation's number 32 overall player, number 5 quarterback, 6'3", 195 pounds. This guy is elite. He's definitely like a 5-star caliber quarterback in the 27 cycle. And Ziegler told me that he is scheduled to visit Notre Dame March 27th and 28th. So I would expect Notre Dame to offer between 2 and 4 quarterbacks. Maybe it could go up to 5, but I would say 2 and 4. Gino Guidugli, building out that quarterback board. I would assume Notre Dame is one of the later schools to offer, like one of the last schools to now finally offer a 27 quarterback. But the thing I will say is that Guidugli and the staff, the quarterbacks know, like they understand all the recruits really. They understand what Pot of Gold Day means. They understand that Notre Dame hasn't offered any other quarterback prospects, so it's not like Notre Dame is super late to the game. Now, when I was messaging with Ziegler, a couple nights ago, he was telling me that he's really enjoyed his conversations with Gaduli. He got to see Gaduli last spring at his high school. So, like, while an offer has not come yet, he's been in close communication with Gaduli. So, we'll see what happens with 27 quarterback recruiting, obviously, but I think it's in a fine spot so far. And Gaduli, I think, has done a really good job with recruiting the position. You could talk about the whole Deuce Knight thing, but rebounded nicely with stealing Blake Hebert away from Clemson. He got Noah
Yeah.
Grubbs committed in 26. He came on board and helped keep CJ Carr committed. I feel like that wasn't a thing that was discussed enough. When Tommy Rees left, CJ Carr was like kind of, I don't know if devastated is the right word, but
Yeah.
he was like, man, like, do I look around? Like, I want to see who the new quarterbacks coach is before I make any decisions. And Gaduli came in, and they had a good relationship from when Gaduli was at Cincinnati. So, a long way to say I think Gaduli's doing a good job recruiting for Notre Dame.
It's funny, Mike, when you mentioned that they had not offered a 27 quarterback yet, me as a novice person, the first thing I thought of, I wonder, are they readjusting or are they learning from the whole Deuce Knight experience? Those two things totally separate.
Um,
Are they a little more patient because of what happened in the last cycle?
in general, yes.
Okay.
But I think that it's not just a Deuce thing. There were several decommitments in the 2025 class for the Irish. I think they took some guys early, and they're like, I think Notre Dame knew in the back of their head it's probably like a 50-50 shot that some of these guys would even stick. So I think Notre Dame is avoiding pushing for early commitments with some players, and obviously. So I actually looked this up the other day. At this point last year, Notre Dame had like 15 commitments. And what's everyone writing about? Oh, Notre Dame's got the #1 class in the country. Yeah, because they got the most commitments. But now they're like half of that. I think it's 7 right now. So there's definitely some of it, but like with specifically quarterback recruiting and specifically Deuce Knight, no, I don't think so. Deuce Knight was a pot of gold offer, big time, 5-star type kid from the South. Malachi Ziegler, 5-star type kid from the South, and very well might be a pot of gold day offer too. So in that sense, same exact thing.